Hey guys, welcome to H8te Our Love podcast. I'm Nay.
And I'm Jay.
All right, so
I
tonight,
look short. I'm looking at this like
you always say that.
I know, because I'm tall. I don't want people to think I'm like
No, but
five
you
four or something
sit,
like that.
you know what it is? I have a pillow behind me.
Oh, all right, that's what it is.
I think that's what it is. And then you also sit all the way back into the couch. I lean up and also have the pillow behind me, so it sits me up. And then the way that I think I sit my
All right.
legs. All right. Y'all know we always get off topic. So we actually took some questions and
We're going to jump straight into the questions.
we getting straight into it tonight. Okay. So the question was that
Go
threw
ahead.
me off my
It's
bed.
my MacBook.
What does a healthy relationship look like?
Oh, I would love to hear your answer on this one, sweetheart.
You would?
Yep.
Healthy relationship. This is something that I've actually been craving. And not to say we don't have one, because I think that we do. But I think that it took, I feel like every episode we mention this. Maybe that'll be like our thing.
Craving.
But as y'all all know, we've been together since we were teenagers.
Craving.
So,
Craving something?
and then not speaking bad on my parents or his, but there was
You can talk shit.
I'm not talking shit.
I will.
But it technically was
sorry.
no good relationships to look up to. You know what I mean? Coming up.
The
So
Huxtables.
yeah, it wasn't that at all.
No, let's not do that because I'm not
What?
I'm not Brother Bill.
Yeah. I didn't even think about that. But yeah, no. But
No Quaaludes.
come on.
right, go
Let's
ahead.
stick to the
All
script.
I'm sorry.
So we were young kids from the hood, not really having good models to look up to for like relationship, I should say. So we really was
I mean,
figuring stuff out on our own. You know, there was some good attributes that each parents probably had that we took on or noticed. One thing I know you talk about your mom a lot. You know, she used to always make sure with her man, she got up early in the morning before work and made sure he had a meal. One thing I could say about my mom is she always told me two things. Don't ever let nobody stay with your man, like in your house, which I always feel like even to this day is good advice. And then second thing
sound like
is
some passed down trauma.
she always said, no matter how mad you are, you feed him. And I think that's like little things that's
That's
stuck.
why I'm a little chunky on the chunkier side now.
Oh, here you go. But so that was just me to putting
Shit,
it
I
out
be
there to
trying to make
say
you
like
mad so
not
I
all
won't
things
eat.
were bad, but that model relationship that everybody wants, we didn't see it, we didn't have it growing up. So we kind of figured it out along the way, and there were many mistakes made on both parts, me and Justin.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
were bumps in the road.
More
There
so on
were
your side. No, let me
mistakes.
stop.
There were infidelities. There were
Who?
lies. There were
Fidelity Mutual, the insurance company.
Here you go. And one of the things now that I really, really crave is a healthy space, not even just a healthy relationship between us, because I think that will trickle down into our home and make it a healthy space. And that's something that I crave now. And I look back and I get on myself so bad about, we argued, screamed, yelled, like in front of our kids. And that was something that now who I am, I always try to make sure that we try not to do that, because I always say I don't want to damage my kids, because that is a thing. Like people act like it's not and we ignore it, but it's absolutely a thing. And then also with them seeing what happens in your household, like your children literally come from us and literally develop into the little humans that they are from literally watching everything that we do, everything that we say, every move we make.
I've always felt like that. That's why I kind of was preaching the like.
You always were better at it than me. I couldn't control my emotions and my anger.
No, I get it, and this is not me taking a jab at you or to
I
bring
didn't
it
take
up.
it as such.
It's just that like I've always felt that. So I can't remember. I remember one argument between my mom and not my dad, but my brother's dad. And that wasn't up until I was like in my teenage years. And I thought I heard a smack, but it wasn't a smack. It was money being thrown. And I bust in the fucking room like I was Superman and shit. Like, yo, don't hit my mom. But it wasn't that because my mom was abused by my dad. So, but I don't remember that abuse of my father and my mom. But I've never saw my mom argue. I've never saw her in those spaces. So for me, I didn't want to, give that to my kids
And
either.
I grew up in the opposite. You know that. I grew up in a space of a lot. I grew up in a space of abuse. I grew up in a space of getting beat, being hospitalized, broken jaws.
Not you, yeah,
Heck
mom.
no.
Yeah.
I said I grew up in a space seeing these things.
Just want.
I didn't say who. I just said I grew up in a space of seeing these things happen.
Okay.
Of being beat, dragged, family members getting involved, even us being involved, me being hit, being yelled at, fighting adults. Like, so I have a lot of trauma in that area. And it took me a very long time to openly say, like, I felt like I was repeating. Not, let me clarify that. Repeating as in, like, me being more argumentative, me treating like our relationship like it was somebody outside and I shouldn't have, like stuff like that. And I'm just really, really big now on, like, I know they're older, but I still feel like we still have time to, like, mold our kids and let
Yeah.
them see. And this is bringing it and it's tying it together to let them see a healthy relationship, because I think we're really there. And please don't confuse healthy relationship with not ever having disagreements or small arguments in the house. We are human beings and it is going to happen.
You could have large arguments in your house and it be, but I just
And
think
it's
it's
still a
about.
respectful way to do so.
Yeah, it's a respectful way to do so, and I think it's how you handle certain situations too. Like, I'm even like contemplating, which I don't expect it to happen, but if we have a large argument that is like, yo, we need to get this shit off our chest, like, let's get in the car and drive some fucking where away from the kids, where you can say what you need to say, I can say what I need to say, we can let it out, drive home, and be cool. If that, but I think that we are mature enough to where we can have those conversations in a
Y'all, I'm
respectful
not
manner.
crying. Y'all know how the eyeliner get a little, I kind of felt that situation happening. I promise I'm not crying.
Sorry if you're crying. You're in a safe space. I love you. I did.
I love
I'm
you,
here for you.
but I'm not crying.
All right.
I'm a
I
sensitive
thought I made
thug,
you
but I ain't
cry.
crying. But no.
I made you
So
cry.
I
the
know
other
I
night.
kind of like
Oh, you
took a
missed
longer
that.
route to get to the point, but reading that statement kind of just made me bring that all. And a lot of things that I'm speaking here, guys, I haven't spoken to him. So I feel like some of this stuff is kind of a shock to hear. I feel like you knew because you know my entire life,
Yeah,
but I don't
I knew,
speak
but you
about
never
my
took
life.
accountability to it towards me like that. Like, you never said, yo, I've noticed that I've displayed some behaviors that were not conducive to our relationship, and that I recognize that. The fact that you just said that you recognize that, I'm definitely giving you some top tonight. Definitely great A, because that, like, you deserve that. I gotta show you some appreciation
Thank you.
in my way.
But yes, I feel like what does one look like? I think, and I always say this every time
think
we
we're gonna
discuss
differ in this one,
something
so go
on
ahead.
us, but I feel like everybody is different, guys. And I'm going to always stress this. What a healthy relationship in this household looks like from our dynamic, how we are, our personalities, our lifestyle, when I say lifestyle, I mean like how our jobs, our time together, our children, our family. Like, that's what I mean by lifestyle. Like, our healthy relationship with us talking and communicating, I think a healthy relationship in this household is communication. I'm going to say that it is at the top of my list. Communication, 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 communication. Um, Honesty, transparency, openness. And when I say openness, I mean to not be so judgmental, to not be so quick to like not so quick to oppose to an idea or a statement that one of us has, because I think that was something that we had to really work on.
You're definitely jumping out of the plane by yourself, so you can take that. I'm going to pose jumping out of a plane because I know skydiving is something that you're interested in.
I do want to do
You can
it.
skydive with your friends.
All right.
All right, I'll record it from the ground. But go ahead.
A healthy relationship is having conflict, but working through the conflict. And I kind of actually really love the idea. You never voiced that to me before about the, like, if it does get to like a point where it's getting really serious, for us to take that pause, get in that car, for us to still have it out, but still
Yeah, I'll let you finish.
figure it
the
out
statement and then
before we get back home, and
Right.
not letting and again, our kids are older, guys. We don't have babies. And I don't mind sharing, but I had both my children by the age of 21, I want to say.
You're going to age yourself if you tell their age, but yeah.
I don't mind. I know women hide it. I have no
Yeah.
thing about hiding my
Oh, you
age.
look like you fresh off of
Period.
period.
And I tell you, I'll be 35 this year. And there's
Period.
no shame in me saying it.
Period.
With 2 kids. And
That's
a baddie.
because I carried all your,
And a baddie. No,
that's
back on
because I
topic.
carried
back-
all your stress, but it's fine.
Okay.
I
Back
did.
on topic,
Look,
back on topic.
gray hairs.
Oh, I have gray hairs. Ooh, sorry.
Bald head.
Um,
We've been together so long, I
So-
carried all your stress on me.
oh, cut it out. So
Manifested
here,
through me.
that's what a healthy relationship looks like. Showing and
We do that.
displaying, because I think that is another thing that I felt like I want to display love more. And like, I noticed like our kids, like if we kiss or hug now, they like come on, like really, y'all. But I feel like they still have a smile when they see it, even though they act disgusted. Do you see that? Like, it's like a hidden smile behind
Yeah,
there,
but-
like, ew. Like, I feel
Well,
like,
I mean, I'm very vulgar, not vulgar. I'm very open about my affection towards you, to our kids. And
you know,
how
I was
feel
never
about
touchy
you, so-
feely. And it trickled down to one of our kids, and we noticed
Yeah.
that. So that's why I say a healthy relationship with us equals a healthy relationship at home. So I'm being more affectionate, and I'm voicing more affection as well as displaying it physically, which is something that I never really got that much. So it was just like kind of a thing for me that I just didn't think about until we kind of had that discussion about one of our kids not being too affectionate, and I noticed it, and I want to change that.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, that's fine. I'm about to hush and let you kind of take the
No, that's
wheel, because I
fine.
know I kind of took the wheel on this one
That's
a
all right.
lot. So yes, a healthy relationship to me is all of the things that I stated, and love. I forgot to even mention that. Like, love has to be present, but in transparency.
Yeah, so for me, some things are a little contradictory to you, what you said, but not in that way, like not in a negative way. Like, honesty, do I need honesty from you? Yes. Do I need transparency from you? No, because I trust you. So it's like, and I think people like have the two and like just say, well, honesty is transparency. No, like sometimes you bring stuff to me and I be like, girl, I do not need to know nothing about what Joe Blow said about this, because it don't, to me, it's like, it's a transparent moment for you, and I respect that, I receive it, but it's not an honesty moment in my eyesight. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like, if I ask you something, I need you to be honest about it. but I don't need you to just be straightforward, out, transparent about anything because I trust you, and I want the space, or I feel like I created the space, or there is a space that if it's anything in you that you want to do, talk to me about it. And more than likely, I'm gonna let you not let you. More than likely, I'm gonna say, do it. Like, do what you need to do. Because I just think that there is a difference. Like, us being together so long, I do feel like you've missed out on a lot of experiences that others have had because of being with me for so long. And yes, we've created a lot of those experiences together.
Sorry, this is such a side track, but I was just swallowing my drink. And all I can think of is I hope when we play this back, y'all don't hear him talking to me going.
Shit. I'm gonna make that.
I was so close to the mic.
I'm gonna make that that's gonna be a soundtrack for real.
I was so close to the mic, and I was just like, "Wait, I'm sorry. Go ahead."
No, that's gonna be a soundbite. If you going, I'm gonna put that. It's gonna go behind a homemade video. Yeah, but so that was one thing, and what it looks like for me is just like every situation, every relationship is different. No, I don't think that this should be physical abuse or anything of the sort in any type of relationship. People go through things. People need to grow and experience things to be able to grow. So things happen. Believe it or not, women experience domestic violence. Yes. Men experience domestic violence too. And there's always this thought process of like, he's a man, he could take it. But sometimes it should get frustrating trying to take it. And then you wind up becoming the aggressor in those situations. And this is not a man against woman conversation, because I believe everybody works in combination with each other. We both need each other, contrary to popular beliefs. But my thing is like a healthy relationship to me is we grow. We going to experience stuff. You know what I mean? We got to like sit, and long as it's not nothing that's like life threatening or something causing us extreme stress and stuff like that, like we're going to argue. In those situations, we got to be able to.
Are.
That's where conflict resolution comes in at, which we talked about. Like, I'm fine with conflict resolution. Like, that's something that people have to learn. And that's what a lot of people don't learn. So they wind up just, doing other things. Again, it just depends like on where you at and what you define your relationship as. Like, I think that's one of the bigger problems with people is that people define their relationships by other people's standards, not by your standard. So you got to define your relationship by your standard. You know what I mean? Like, some people like that crazy stuff. Some people need toxic stuff, what's considered toxic, in order for their relationships to go.
Doing it again. I'm sorry.
You're making that gulping sound.
I did it like right here, like it's because I'm drinking and into your conversation, and I keep forgetting that I'm like right over the mic.
Yep, that's exactly everything. You're gulping right over the mic. Long as you know, that's it. Yeah, but so I really think that that's it though. I think that is based off of what y'all want it to be. This ain't written. You know what I mean? Marriage ain't written. People, you can go spiritual or whatever if you want to and say it's written how you supposed to act, but things change, times change, life changes. What's your mom? Well, your mom. What's your mom?
I can use mine as an example.
Your mom got some fun sides about her, I'm sure.
I know.
But
no, you said something,
like,
so I'm trying to get in the habit of not cut you off. You said something, and now, of course, it left me again. Oh, I remember.
Go ahead. She has to interrupt me a lot because she has a CRS.
I do. So now
CRS can't remember shit.
But I'm getting in the habit of when he's speaking so that I don't cut him off. If y'all see me pick up my phone, it's either because it's my kid or I'm writing some keywords that he said to refresh my memory, jog my memory for when it's my turn to speak. So that's what I'm doing at this moment, y'all. But Go ahead, babe.
Yeah, so live your life by your terms on what y'all want to do, man. Like, that's my thing. You know what I mean? Like, somebody, as y'all know, if y'all been watching the podcast, if you go back, like, we engaged in, we in threesomes before, right? We've done that. and somebody who I know passed judgment on us doing that. But that person do things and did things with multiple men, or had, multiple men at the same time, or just they experience shit. And who are you to pass judgment on
We're
what
gonna have
we
to
do
talk
in ours?
offline because I don't know this person.
Yes, you do. You know this person, but you
Yeah,
just
but you
didn't
just
know
got.
about the passing judgment
Yeah, I
because it
didn't.
wasn't necessary to bring it to you. But if you passing judgment, like I
Yeah,
could,
now I'm interested to know though.
I could easily like point out things that, so you can't pass judgment on something that you, when you do things. Nobody is perfect.
At all.
No relationship is perfect.
Literally at all. And we just had this moment, and it's so weird. Like, transparency moment. We had to cut short and come back because.
Yeah, we had to cut it because we had, our daughter needed to be. Time scheduling changes happen
But
abruptly.
it was like the ownership of it. It was like.
Yeah, things happen.
They, and I'm so, like, people are so. And don't get me wrong, I was very quick and, like, because of course it happened like right away, but I just wanted to explain, like, that was a good moment of, like, stuff happens. People are, something that my job taught me when I first onboarded. My boss made principles, but he had 12 principles, like, and he listed them out 1 through 12, but he also had a zero principle
Right.
outside of the 12. And his zero principle, and it's always stuck with me, it's two things that stuck with me when I first started that job. But his zero principle was, we're human. And what he meant by that was literally just that we are human. Yes, we know right from wrong. Yes, we know, like, what it is we're supposed to do or things that we're supposed to get done. But because we're not robots and we are human beings, there are going to be mistakes that are made. And before we judge the mistakes and before we jump on the mistakes, no matter how big or small they are, we need to take a second and understand that this person didn't purposely do it and it wasn't out of ill intent. But it could have just been an overwhelming moment of other things happening. It could have been like it slipped my mind. Like, he understands that I was his executive assistant. So he understood that there was 25 things that he needed me to do, and I would knock them out the park. And if I missed one thing, as much as he wanted to be like, like, come on, Danae, like, he had to understand that we're human. We are literally not robots. And,
Yeah,
like, that
but
was a moment tonight. I was
right.
upset. I was extremely upset just now because it was like a lack of communication. But then I spoke with, whoever I needed to speak with. They explained the situation. And I'm like, oh, all right. They took accountability. That was the word I could not figure out earlier. I don't know why.
Yeah,
Maybe it's the wine.
yeah,
But
probably.
it was
I haven't had
accountability
anything to
taken.
drink.
As soon as the accountability was taken, it was just like everything was just like, you're right, you're human. It's okay. We all make mistakes.
Yeah, but and that's life. That's life. That's relationships. That's situations.
Well, that's where
and you
this was
have
all
to,
supposed to tie
yeah,
into.
you have to really like look at it like that. Like nobody has the exact same thing, and nothing's perfect. I see everybody relationship podcasts and all that stuff like that. Like, yeah, people have similar instances of things that happen, but that's just the top of it, right? There's still everything below it. Like, who are you two as individual people also plays a role into it. So to say what's perfect or what's like none of this, it ain't supposed to be perfect. This is trial on earth. This is learning to accept a person for who they are and experiencing life with that person. And I love Drika Gates.
It took me a long time to get there, though, and to understand that. It took me a very long time to
Well,
get
I
to where you
accept
just said.
I
But
accept everybody for who they is.
can I go into this really quick? And I
Go
know
ahead.
you mentioned Drika, but because the exact line tied into what I wrote down. Because what I did, you spoke of like traditional marriages and stuff back then. And what I wrote was, I think a lot of us coming into relationships or marriages, I should say, or even long-term relationships, you look at the traditional marriages, and things are way different now. People are more open about their sexuality. They're more
But
open
traditional
about,
wasn't never traditional.
but to the eye,
To the
to the
eye.
to the eye,
So only thing
Traditional
we're
marriage was, him, her, just
no,
them together, no outsiders, no this.
yeah,
You just the roles, the gender
no,
roles. That's kind of what I meant.
yeah, but
But
go ahead.
go ahead.
No, finish
But
your
where I
statement.
was
Get it
going
off.
with it is because you spoke on like everybody's different, everybody's personality, every relationship, like y'all have to figure out and mold to what works for you. So it just kind of made me think of that because I think for a very long time, and this is me taking accountability, I looked at those like old school marriages and how things were, and I thought that was what I was supposed to be and how I was supposed to operate. So when there was things that you were being open enough to talk to me about and bring to me, I know that I wasn't receiving of it, and open to being okay with things that you brought to me. And now I think I just have a whole different look and take on.
Well, I think that, and this again, this is a thing of like traditional. Speaking on when you talk about traditional marriages, I don't think any marriage ever was traditional, right? I think for the front that people wanted to put on, there was traditional things. You know what I mean? Like we learned things recently about family members that we didn't know things about.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? It wasn't traditional, and that's the men's side. But then when you go to the women's side, and people say, "Well, my mom was doing this, that, and the third." But if people really like was ever dug deep into it, some of these grandmoms and stuff was in there. They was the pastor's aide, but they wasn't just the pastor's aide. They was
Yes.
aiding the pastor and
So,
getting his. You know
but
what I
I
mean? So
think
it's just a
we
lot
what
with
I'm
it,
trying to
man.
say is, like I said, to the eye,
To the
to the
eye, but
public eye,
yeah, I
that's what I explained.
guess
But as we got older and as we started having more adult, open, like relaxed conversations with our family members, you learn more. But that was my whole point in full circle, where growing up, it's this is the traditional way. This is how you're supposed to be because, of course, your mom, your aunties, and them ain't talking about sex around you, or they ain't talking about what they did or how they did it. But now, as an adult, it's like, dang, I had this messed up the whole time. The
you
whole
was
time
doing
I'm
all
thinking I'm
this.
supposed to be doing what I thought you was doing the whole time. You doing stuff that I'm doing now. Like, so that's the point I was trying to make. Like, when you're younger, you look at it like this is what it's supposed to be. But when you get older, it's like, y'all doing what I'm doing. Like, so
Yeah, and I
again, you can't, like, my point is make it your own.
right.
Figure it out amongst your own home, because what our situation, our marriage looks like can be completely different.
The difference between things for me though, like the way I see things is different. Like I and some people say, and I even a lot of women even said this to me, like you think differently or you do things differently outside of what the normal or outside of what men say that they doing or believe in and stuff like that. And it's not that. It's just that like, bro, like this is it. Like you hear, I believe in God. Yes, I believe in something after this. Yes. But when I get there, I already feel like, he gonna be like, "Hey, man, you had a time down there, didn't you?" I'm like, "I did." He gonna be like, "All right, come on in here, get yourself structured in and do what you need to do." I don't believe in all that other stuff that people be thinking and all that. You know what I mean? Grandparents up here telling you going to hell because you doing certain things. Man, my grandpa passed now, but so I could say it, but like, bro, my papa was a G out here, like for real. And I'm not just talking about with women. I'm talking about like with life in general, man. Like he did things that if we just went by the standard of what you supposed to be doing, he was a survivor, man. He did what he had to do to survive for him and his family. Like that's, I pass no judgment on that. You know what I mean? It was an experience, and that's what we here for, man. We here to experience life, experience love, and really just, do this thing, do this thing the right way in whichever ways we can. And that's really much it. You know, nothing's perfect, and that's my summary. Nothing's perfect. Do you want to be perfect? You want a perfect relationship? This is what you do. Go sit down with your spouse. Y'all sit at the table. and ask them what do they want, what do they need. They're gonna write down their wants and their needs. No judgment zone. You write down what you want, what you need. No judgment zone again. Pass those notes to each other, and that's how you have a perfect relationship. You literally do that. You go and you sit down with that person. Y'all write down y'all wants and y'all needs. Go ahead, sweetheart. You good? Y'all write down y'all wants and y'all needs, and then y'all pass the note to each other, and no judgment, and y'all create
Damn.
that space inside of y'all home and
Bye.
inside of y'all marriage, and that's pretty much it. Leave the dog alone. You back on camera now. Yeah, so that sums up my joint. But it was another question. We still
I'm
got some more
sorry, y'all.
time.
I'm here. The dog smell of food on my hand and all up in my grill.
Oh, you start eating already.
I had to taste it, make sure it was
Make sure it was safe for consumption. Yeah,
exactly.
okay. Sorry, all that wet
Exactly.
mouth you had today. Just make sure you keep it for later.
What?
No.
So no. So the next topic, it was I wanted to kind of keep it within like the healthy relationship situation, because not only does a healthy relationship in your home count, but also healthy relationships period within your life.
Okay.
You
We
know,
can go into that.
friendships, family,
No.
neighbors, co-workers. Having a healthy relationship with
Yeah.
people overall is such a huge thing for me.
And
With and I don't want to keep saying like with maturity, because it's not maturity, but it's like I have been really and I know a lot of people say it,
and
they like
we
to post it for social.
and I'm sorry, I'm not trying to cut you off, but we do differ in how we handle or how we receive people with friendships too. But
Absolutely.
again, we opposites attract. But at the same time, I think opposites make things come full circle for us. Long as we can sit down and get a, you don't have to agree with the person all the time, but you have to understand where that person is coming from, and that just gives you a different perspective on life.
Yeah,
That's how
I
I
mean, we've
feel. You
had
know what I
different
mean?
experiences growing up.
Right.
So us having different friendships and relationships with people
Right.
can also
I
make a
hope I ain't. I
difference.
hope I ain't knock you off track with your, cause
Yeah, a little bit. But
I tried not
figuring it
to.
out, figuring it out, figuring it out. No, but
We was talking about friendships and
yeah,
just.
I think that a lot of people talk about it or say stuff, but like I have really dedicated myself to really and truly wanting to be a better person. A better person to myself, first and foremost, a better person to my spouse, a better person to my children, family, and friends. I have really, and I think I have been actually putting the work in, because I think a lot of people say it, a lot of people post it, but a lot of people don't actually do the work. So, we've started couples therapy, but I've also started and getting into my single therapy sessions as well. On
Yeah, and
top
I'm
of,
supposed to start mine, but I just can't. I found a therapist, but I want a woman therapist.
yeah, you gotta do research first. You don't just
Yeah.
go out and get the first person you see. So to sum that part up, yes, I have truly been putting in the work. And this is actually my first time publicly saying it. I don't even know if my family and friends know that outside of him. But yes, I have really been doing it. And it could be something small, like something I noticed in myself was as a good friend, I know people who reach out to me, check in on me, or just shoot a message or try to link up. And I used to always, oh, I'm busy, oh, I'm this, oh, that, and that, and that. And it's just like, come on, like, these people are actually, whether it's often or every now and then, but these people take the time out to not only check on you, check on your family,
Yeah, that's something
make
I gotta
sure
work
we're
on.
good. They support my children and everything that they do, whether it be show up, whether it be make a donation, share their stuff so other people, like, whatever the case may be. So because people do that to me, and I have a small, and we can get into it, I guess, but I have a very small circle of people who I feel safe with, to call my friends. So for those people to actually do that to me, I said the least I can do is pick up the phone or pick up my phone just to shoot a message. Hey, just checking on you. And I think it's been like really, really good. And it's organic and it's like, it's great. Like one person I'll mention is my mom. You know, it's another relationship that I feel like growing up and up until this point wasn't always the best. And me just changing and tweaking that one little thing that I do is literally just call every day, once a day at least, and just check on her. Just, hey, what's up? How was your day?
Yeah, that's something you even preached and try to coach me into, and it's no issues or nothing like that as far as like my mom is concerned. I love her. She raised all her boys by herself, but I don't know. I just haven't got to the point of me like reaching out and like checking on people and stuff like that. Like I'm used to people, and it could be a thing of like I'm used to my phone ringing, or I'm used to having conversations with people and it's being a problem. It's a problem behind it. So for me, like, even you telling me like before, like cut your phone off, Jay, like put your phone on do not disturb. And I'm like, I can't put my phone on do not disturb. I got family out here that's, you know what I mean? And people don't understand. Like that's still part of my sleepless nights for real, for real. Like I gotta try to get a grasp on that. I really need to like, but I do thank you when you do tell me like leave your phone dead, or when you tell me do not disturb your phone, or when you just put me to sleep straight out. I do, I do appreciate those moments because for me, like a people pleaser is a problem for me in a sense.
And a worry. You worry about people even when they're not worried about themselves.
I worry about people when they're not worried about themselves, do, and I feel like if something goes wrong and I'm not reachable, that moment, you know what I mean? Like,
No, and I
and
get
I
that.
never really shared this,
But
but I'll share it. Like, so when Pop Pop died, right? And this might be like a little something. So I was in the shower. My mom called my phone, right? She called my phone, and when I got out, I was getting dressed for work. So I'm like, I'll call her back. I'm getting dressed for work. And then when I called her back, she was crying hysterically, and she was talking about she couldn't get him out the car. He was having like, issues inside of the car, and she was trying to get him out to do CPR and stuff like that. And I just felt like, I think some of that is it too. Like damn, like if I would have answered the phone, I would have made it there. I would have helped drag him out the car. I'd have been able to do CPR on him, and we wouldn't be here. I do take some of that. It's not my
that's not
fault.
for
No,
you to
I
put
know.
on.
I
Yeah.
get that. I get that. I totally get that. But that's just how my brain thinks. Like if something happens to somebody, there's a possibility that I can get there to save them. Even with like people that we have friends or had people that committed suicide. Like damn, bro, if bro would have called my phone, I would have answered and I could have talked. You know what I mean, through situations.
So
But
one thing that I've gotten used to, so I'm very big on that. And now I shut my phone down.
yeah,
I feel like my husband and my children are in the house. I shut my phone down.
yeah. Do not
Do
disturb
not
go on
disturb
at
after a
the
certain time.
same time
Every
every
day.
day.
Every day. I don't, non-negotiable now. I've really have been putting like boundaries and limitations on things. So yes, every single day my phone shuts down, and once it's shut down, it's shut down. But I also feel like I feel the same way too. Like if you miss that call or something's going on, but I think that was a part of me building my anxiety because of stuff like that. And what I've learned is even if you do feel like you have to answer the phone, which I do, I get comfortable with letting them know, hey, I'm answering, but I'm in the middle of doing this, da da da, I'll call you back.
Right.
Or if I don't want to answer in the middle of something, just shoot a text. Hey, I'm busy, but you
Yeah,
okay?
I notice I make excuses a lot when you tell me to do that because I be like, your family live a different lifestyle than my family,
Yeah, but
so
it's just
I be
quick. So
yeah,
even if you feel like it, and I don't think anybody who is like, we're grown. Like if I say, hey, I'm not being mean or there's no ill intent behind it. Like I'm in the middle
right,
of something, I'll call you back.
right. No,
But
that
at least I know it's not an emergency. You said nothing's wrong,
No, that.
and
Listen, you got it. I just I just be fighting against it,
so
but I'm gonna stop fighting
with
against it on that.
friendships and family, that's like a big thing that I've been making sure. So even like having those healthy relationships, just to kind of bring it back
Yeah.
to the topic, like having healthy relationships everywhere I am is just a really, really big thing for me. And I can honestly and genuinely say, like from the bottom of my heart, that I feel happy in my space in life right now. Like
Right.
I feel happy. I feel everyone who I'm like who's around me. I don't feel anything. There's no like weird. There's no back and forth. Like it's none of those
Yeah.
type
See,
of
I don't never
things
have.
anymore.
I
It's no like, oh, like there's literally nothing like behind anything. Like everything is for face value, and I enjoy that with my life
Yeah,
now.
see. I never really had those, or let me say, let me not say that. There may be, but I just didn't view or don't view those things like that. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not gonna say it's a guy thing. It could be, because even somebody close to us said like, "Yo, that's a guy thing." Like, well, I say when I talk to my daughter about like like relationships, period, and she be like, "Dad, that's a guy thing. Like,
Yeah, but I don't
girls
even want.
aren't like that."
They're not
And
though,
I'm
but
like,
we're trying to make sure that she understands because I
"Yeah,
think too she gets 50-50. She hears what we're saying because we're trying to school her, but then she also is around a whole group of females all day long.
right."
So and everybody's raised different. Not saying nobody's raised good or bad or anything like that, but everybody is different.
But it's
So
everybody attitudes is different. Even her attitude, like, and then hormones and all that stuff play into it. All of that stuff just plays into the dog messing with the cat.
she socked him under the thing and he ran. That's what happened. That was the first time he actually ran. She must have got him.
All of that stuff kind of plays into it. But for me, with my friendships is like, I there is no, I don't think about if a person got ill intent behind anything, because I don't. There was a time when I was hanging around a different crowds of people
But that's
where it
my
was
point.
like,
You just
yeah,
learned
but you know
early
what?
on in life, and that's the
Yeah, but see
difference.
that different crowd of people, that was different though,
Yeah, but it's
because I
still
was
this.
worried about,
I get it, and I know,
yeah,
but
you know what I
still, it's
mean.
just different. Like it's just different. You learn, but it was a different type of situation, but it's still the same thing. You learn your crowds. You learn the people who you feel comfortable around, and who and something that somebody I saw it
Kobe, come
somewhere
here.
earlier, and I actually liked the saying, and it's like no shade to anybody, but everybody's not your friend. And they say we get so comfortable because we're around people for a certain amount of time, or you talk to somebody often, that we get in the habit of just labeling people, oh, this is my friend, this is my friend, this is my friend. And everybody doesn't get that title. Like, just because, like, you can have very close acquaintances.
Correct.
You can have very close people that you talk to, but they still doesn't mean that they're technically your friend.
Yeah, but see, no, for me, I don't use the word friend lightly. So if I call somebody my friend, even if we have a fallout, but there's no fallout for me, it's like I don't have to talk to my friends every day. You know what I mean? Or situations can
Same.
arise. No, I get it. I get it. And situations can arise, and if we meet on opposite ends of the situation, that's still cool. I have no bad intent on you. I ain't got no beef with you. If I see you, I'm gonna speak to you, and you know what I mean. Keep it pushing, because that's just who I am as a person. Like, we ain't out here, like, there are literally people out here ducking shots from their friends, and I mean that because it's in the worst way. It's a social media beef. They talk about each other on there. They fighting when they see each other. And these people that you called your friends, there will never be a situation like that for me to be like, yo, if you not like, bro, this got to be like something crazy for
Yeah.
me to, you know what I mean? If you not doing that, then what is there is no beef. You
Yes.
see what I'm saying? Like, there is no beef. There is no even, there is no ill will thought. I take you for who you are. Guess what? You a person that like to talk about people all the time because that's what you like to do. You like to joke and laugh and bid on people. You're a bidder. All right, cool. You're a person that like to only hit me up when you want to go out to drink because you're a drinker. All right, cool, bro. I understand who you is. Like, that's just who you are. You're a person that every time.
See, I think it's just your personality is different than mine because, like, I feel the same way, but I don't think people receive me or understand that I'm the same way, if that makes sense. And we kind
That's
of
because for a
spoke on
long
that a
time you
little
had
bit.
this resting, what you call it? I can't see the
It's a
word.
resting bitch face.
Yeah, you be having these faces that you wear your face, you wear your thoughts
I
on your
absolutely
face.
do. But sometimes it just be a thought and it quickly leaves my mind, but the face still kind of gives something. But I think, too, that's my issue because I accept people for who they are. Um, but I think a lot of times, what did you say? People don't know how to not accept me. You
Don't know how to
said
receive you.
receive me. Because I'm like no nonsense, quote unquote, or
Yeah,
you act like you ain't sitting here with me, like you
no,
the one that said it.
that's what I said. They don't know how to
Oh.
receive. No, I mean, I was
Like
like,
I'm sitting here looking like thinking you about to finish the sentence.
I didn't
When you
want to finish
supposed to
it.
jump in, you don't.
I didn't want to finish your sentence, and I let you get it out. But no, it's people don't know how to receive you, and that's just the thing, though. Like, if I feel like a person don't know how to receive me, I don't go out of my way to make sure that they understand how to receive me.
I feel like that's what you tried to make me do.
No. I don't want you to go out of your
No,
way to
I
make.
absolutely feel that way. I literally feel like what you just said is exactly what you do.
Nah, the thing is, no, it's not go out of your way to make them receive you or so that they can receive you. It's that if there's no issue, guess what? You gonna understand there's no issue because when I see you, it's gonna be no issue. It's
Oh
gonna be
no,
like,
but
yo,
I do
what's up?
that.
Yeah, I guess.
But
I mean,
I think that where I differ is I'm gonna say hello, but I'm also not gonna ignore the fact that there was like something weird either. I can't do that. I'm not a like ignore an issue or a problem or a possibility of one where I think there may be one and then keep acting like nothing's there because I feel like that's where stuff starts to become generic. Stuff starts to kind of become forced and fake, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
At
no.
least for females, and I can't speak for you.
Yeah, no, for me,
but
if
on
I
my
ever
end,
feel-
that's how I feel. So I feel like if there is that, I'm going to speak. I have no problem. Like if it ain't no like hardcore beef. I'm going to speak, but at the same time too, I'm going to like more than likely bring up a situation and not on some like, what's the problem? Like it's beef. No, but I'm going to address it.
you know, I addressed issues, but guess what? If it's not an issue, there's no need for me to address it. Like if there's an issue,
You know when it's an issue with something. Though.
yeah. So when it's an issue, I address it.
I
I'm gonna
addressed
call
it.
y'all to the table, and then we're gonna talk. I'm gonna call my friends or whoever to the table. We're gonna discuss
All
it,
right, but
push it
yeah,
out, and keep it pushing. That's how men are. That's how I was taught to handle conflicts amongst friends or and stuff like that. You know what I mean? That's just how I. And it's not so. Next time I see you, if we already discussed this issue, next time I see you, it's back to all love because there. That's the thing about friendships. We talked about friendships. I don't know whether it was in this episode or a different
No,
episode.
it's a different one.
But we talked about friendships. That's the thing about friendships. Why they say you never lose your friend, and that
Absolutely.
person said you never lose your friend, and because, bro, we could argue this out today. Blah 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 blah. And next day I see you. Don't you better not be harboring no resentment behind us having that argument. You better let that shit lie exactly where we left it at. Out there in the air on the table. We got it fixed. It's handled. Whatever.
Unfortunately, and I'm not going to speak for most females, but I'm going to say a lot of females don't have that mentality. And I think that's where the problem lies. And that's why it's a lot of catty when it comes to females. Because they don't do that. Like, you can say, oh, you can come to me, you can talk to me about anything. If it's a problem, say this, say that. But then when you do, it's a whole shift. It's a shift in energy. It's a shift in, like, everything. Space,
That's
everything.
just because some
And I
people
think
never had that. They never had that kind
they never
of
experienced that
never
type of directness.
experienced
But,
that.
like,
It's not even a directness.
and no, it
You know
is.
what
I
it
think
is?
it's directness, but it's not. I think they take directness for
Confrontation.
conference exactly.
Right.
and now like it's become like, oh, it's a problem, or you feel forced to
Yeah,
feel like
no.
you in a you forced to protect yourself or get smart because you feel attacked. Do that make
No,
sense?
that, yeah,
Where
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, no, that's not the situation, but I see an issue, I'm presenting it and trying to figure out what it is, and do we like, how do we move forward and keep it pushing, because it's not that deep.
Yeah, it don't be that
Like,
deep
it
to
don't be
me.
that
Like,
deep to me.
and that, so that's where I feel like maybe the difference is with, and I don't know if it's men and women thing from the experiences I've had. Because
But I'm
actually,
never going out my way.
I do have some male friends who will hold on to certain things, and I tell them, like, you know, it never been an issue with me and them, but I tell them like, yo, bro, like, you ain't gotta come off of the oh, you don't want to hear your go 3,000 on the John. But I tell them, like, if they bring, oh, this person did that, I'm like, bro, you don't let that shit go. Go talk to them about it. Like, talk to them about it.
Yeah.
Get it out in the air. Talk to them about it. Keep it pushing.
Yeah, we
Like,
in
there's
the
no
era
point of,
of not talking stuff out anymore, or we in the era of people running to everybody else but the person, and now it's become a thing because people don't realize people love drama.
correct.
People love mess. So you thinking that you can confide and share and get it off, like, you
Getting it
just
off your
gave
chest to you.
somebody something
Something to run to
to,
other people and discuss.
because it's like a thing now, and not realizing that if you would have just directly went to the source, had a conversation, stuff would have been done. But because somebody has now gone to this person and that person, or the person you told them went to this person, that person, is now a whole different type of situation that
Right.
could have been handled differently. And I think that's what people have to realize. If there's an issue, go to the person, because again, people love that, especially when it's not them. Especially when it's not them, or a lot of times, a lot of females don't like that you have other friendships. So
Yeah,
when
see,
they hear you have
guys ain't,
issues with other friends, it's like a,
no,
now
guys
it's my
ain't,
time to shine as a good friend. Like, do that make sense? Like,
yeah,
like all of those
but
things I witnessed growing. I've We can get on like a whole
guys
friendship
ain't,
thing and a whole different like
yeah, we
conversation, but
will, but
like,
guys ain't,
no.
most guys that I have encountered are not like that. They are not. And now there is a new age man out here that is growing
Yeah.
and becoming trendfully, if that's
Yeah.
even the right word for it. But I'll say this: if there's ever an issue, like with people, like as a man, if you ever, not even as a man, as a person, if you ever have an issue with somebody, go directly to them about it. It's most times y'all could sit, and you might have to, that person might not have ever had that experience of somebody being direct with them and saying, yo, bro, like, what's going on, man? This ain't this situation. This is whatever's going on. Let's figure this out. It ain't no beef. It's conflict resolution at its basis of talking it out. It's conflict resolution.
And her walking by just kind of jogged my memory on even like a topic with her. But like, that's a huge thing too, though. Like, you call somebody your friend, there is an issue, but everybody's so big headed and don't want to address it. Now it's going by so long that it's at an awkward space of even like trying to reconcile something. So it's like,
Because that's what happens
you've had a
in
good
those
person.
space.
You've had a person who was good to you, who was like a good friend, who was there, all those things. But because you so stuck on, I'm not saying, like, I ain't saying nothing to the, like, or
Yeah.
now,
But that's what happens in dead space. And that's why I preach, like, even if you feel like you're the one who did nothing wrong in that situation, right? The initial thing of understanding that there's a weird space, go ahead and reach out to that person. Yo, let's sit and
you
have this
taught me that.
conversation, right?
You've taught me that. And I've actually done that. I'm going to say probably twice now in my adulthood, where I think it was like that empty space, like you said, and I've addressed it. Like, hey,
Yeah.
like, what's
So
going on?
that
I've stepped up to say, like, well, what's the like, what's going
that's
on? Like, what happened? My biggest thing And I think, and this is where I think you say, I don't think people know how to take me because of how, like, I kind of like, I was rowdy growing up. Everybody who know me, like, I ain't take no mess, all that type stuff. But that's
I don't.
it. Don't that's not like me. Like that's
No,
it's
you.
not who I am. So like my thing is,
So big. I'm not gonna place that all on you. That it's not a thing of people knowing how to receive you. That's part of it, but the other part of it is that people never had the experience of having a friend and they sit and y'all discuss it, y'all let it go, and then it's really the situation is really dead. So they don't know how to. Well, the situation dead, but how do I talk to this person after that? You see what I'm saying? And I ain't saying you gotta do it every time. Like if I call, if I
but
had
I
an
think on
issue,
both instances, I one was always the person who addressed the elephant in the room. I think is the good thing, like, because clearly there's something. So what's going on?
right.
I've done it, and then on top of that, because of that, because of what you just said, I feel like I still even went the extra mile to say, like, to reach out, hey, or just something to show that I'm cool in the space that we in. But after that, I'm done.
Yeah, no, because that person has to understand that
Yeah,
it's
after
incumbent
that,
on them too
I'm
to
done because I've literally extended the
yeah.
hand of showing like it's
It's
never that deep, you
it's
know?
incumbent on that person too to go ahead and like at the same time they have to make an effort too. It's it's an effort like and and people say
It's a
oh that's
relationship.
not organic.
Like
No, it's an
friendships is
effort. It's yeah,
relationships.
it's an effort just like you got to put an effort into your relationship, you and
Yes,
your spouse. Friendships are relationships, you got to put an effort into that. So when there's a beef,
absolutely.
same thing. If me and you have a beef, one of us have to break the ice, talk about it. Once we talk about it, we have to make an effort to then move past that
And I
space.
be thinking in my head, like, am I going to just say something down to him? Or am I going to still be mad? Like, just come on, because it's not that deep.
I don't be mad at you. I don't think afterwards. I be like,
Don't do that. I hate that you project that sometimes. You do have your moments when you upset, you walk around with an attitude
yeah, I
because
just don't
you,
talk.
yeah, and you know it burns me up.
I don't be trying to burn you up. I just don't be having nothing to say. It's like my
That
brain
irritates me
goes from
so
like
bad.
I'm gonna talk to her all day, and to I ain't really got nothing to say right now. So it's not a weird space for me. It's a space of like, all right, I ain't really got nothing to say. I got to redevelop, re-engage, reinitiate, and do that stuff. But I'm not telling people to do that all the time. That's not it. You talk to that person, you address the elephant in the room. Y'all say y'all gonna move past it. You move past it. Then y'all both make a concerted effort to move past it, even if you're the one initiating that move past it. After that, if they still got an issue or if an issue that comes up, then
Fuck them.
then that's something with them.
Fuck them.
No, 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 I wouldn't say that.
Fuck them.
Yeah, no, it's not fucking. Not like that. And what I say, you don't go. You don't have to go above and beyond no more to like keep extending that olive branch. You know what I mean?
AKA.
Branch. No, see, fuck them. See, that's why I said
Fuck
people
them.
don't know how to receive you because the way you. I know what your fucking mean, but like, you know what I mean?
It's a joke.
Yeah, nah, I get it, babe. I definitely get it. But and that's the thing. Learn how to move past stuff, man. Life ain't promised tomorrow. And then when people die, y'all be right there, be like, damn, we just was in a weird space. Motherfucker, y'all was in a
Yes.
weird space for 20 years because neither one of y'all decided to grow the fuck up.
Over nothing.
Over
So yes.
nothing.
So healthy relationship. We gave y'all what we felt for a healthy relationship, as far as with your spouse or your mate, and then healthy relationships with people outside of that. Again, we hope you contribute. Let us know how y'all feel.
Yeah, if you sum it up, yeah, if you got, some outstanding issues that's inside your spirit, just go talk to your friend about it,
Or
man.
anything that you felt like we could have added to this conversation, make sure you let us know so that we can have another discussion on the topic. And outside of our podcast, we do have a couple businesses. So be sure to follow those pages as well. My page is on Instagram at femfetti_PHL. That's FEMME FETE_PHL. And then for you, I would
We'll make
say is your
sure.
personal page, correct?
Yeah, we'll make sure that all of the stuff is in. Mine's is just, I'd say it's just, but it really is that it's just underscore experience. And I'm not heavy social media like my wife here. She posts every day, but being as that, I will definitely tell y'all to go on to femfetti_PHL. She has amazing items for the ladies, and she does have some dual items for the men, the unisex sunglasses and stuff like that. She has amazing suits, sweatsuit sets.
I'm about to say suits.
Did I say it right? Suits, sweatsuit,
No,
suit.
I
Ain't
have
that's a
sets,
suit?
2-piece sets. They're not suits.
That's not
There
a
is no
suit.
suits.
All right,
I
well,
have 2-piece activewear sets, yo. I don't know what.
suits to me. That's when I see that I
No,
say, "Yo,
yeah,
shorty got a
no. Let's
sweatsuit
not do
on, or
that.
shorty got a suit on."
Let's not do that.
Like I don't.
Jogger sets,
All right, yeah.
two
So
piece, yeah.
they're
No.
amazing. They form fitting. They make your thing look nice.
Oh my gosh.
Your
All
body
right.
looks right.
Yes, but follow
You
those other pages as well,
cannot,
y'all.
you cannot forget to cop you some sunglasses on there, or them earrings, the bling that she be having on there too, and it's all reasonably priced. And she always throwing some type of discount. You know what I mean? She does it for the culture because she likes fashion. You know what I mean? That's
All
pretty
right.
much.
I think they got it.
I had to make sure I get you a commercial because I'm gonna get a commercial tonight. Let's make a movie.
Here
Oh,
we
I
go.
shouldn't sing.
We see y'all next week.
All right,
See
see
y'all
y'all.
guys. Bye.